Hey guys, it's Vines. I was gonna post a different video next, but it's taking me a while to do all the art for it, so I thought I'd make a little opinionated thing to take up the missing time. Thanks. I don't know about you guys, but quarantine is taking a number on me. However, since school is by all answered prayers optional for me, I have time to do lots of stuff. Lots of stuff that I still try and make excuses for. So, to take up that time instead, I have started to think about seriously making a channel, mainly just for fun, but I'm starting to get more structured with it. I'll make more videos consistently as long as I don't give up. So, anyway, enough with that info. On to the actual topic. Now, in my opinion, you don't have to be an artist to critique art. Art is simply to be consumed. One can tell with a good look of the eye what's good and what's bad about a drawing. Now, let's get this one thing out of the way. If you don't know me, I'm an artist. Artists know a lot about the art community and what it takes to be an artist, what the experience is like. They know the details about the process, and that's all there is to it. You can't say that someone who isn't an artist has had the experience of one. That's just the fact. And do you know what a part of the art process is? One of the most important parts is developing your style. Do you want to make realistic art? Cartoonish art? Maybe you want to draw anime. There's so many different styles and subcategories to those styles that are all highly accepted and popular ways of making art. Somewhat of a problem when it comes to style variety is some say that some styles are better than others. Sure, some take more effort or perhaps more skill, but it doesn't mean it looks worse or better. What determines if a drawing looks good or bad is if a drawing looks good or bad. See, many critique cartoon artists for copying the style of certain cartoons. Yeah, influences are a gigantic part of style. Some artists are influenced by other artists. Some artists are influenced by real life. Doesn't matter. They're still artists. Some really get angered over copying or stealing art styles. It's a very controversial topic. People can draw whatever, however they like. However, if something looks bad, then it just looks bad. It can be improved to be more appealing to the eye. This bad art is often seen in inexperienced or young artists. Many look back on their art from years ago and dislike it, call it bad, and despise the proportions. Yes, art can be bad. Some people can't seem to grasp the concept. So, what defines art as bad? No, it's not the style the artist portrays. It's if the artist strays from balance, composition, and etc. in a drawing. If an artist is trying to make a realistic portrait but makes the eyes far too large, then they're straying from their intention. If an artist doesn't want to make a realistic portrait but does exactly that, there needs to be a balance with the different aspects of the art. If the eyes are made larger, make other parts of the face larger or smaller too. Having everything be realistic except for the size of the eyes might not come out very nice looking. Saying it's just your style is a bit of a stretch, don't you think? I want to point out that, of course, everyone has different opinions on what art looks good and what art looks bad. Some may like exaggerated features, some may not. Okay, sure. Opinions are totally great when it comes to what art style you like to consume. I personally am not a fan of any simple abstract art, but if you like that, that's okay. It's not my place to tell someone to change their art just because I'm not a fan of the style. Attempts at art can be unappealing. It can look bad, and that's just how it works. Proportions don't have to be realistic. Colors don't have to be realistic. Art is often subjective, but the true appeal comes from balance and composition. If you draw someone's arms on their head and say it's a normal human being, it's simply a big stretch to say it's your style. I want to go back to the point about how artists are influenced by the things around them and start talking positive. A lot of people talk about the Tumblr slash SJW art style, which is really quite the interesting topic. Almost everyone knows about that famous Fran video. In my opinion, who cares? If you want to draw in that style, then vibe, dude. Draw in whatever art style you want. Largish heads, largish eyes, big hands, any exaggerated parts. Yeah, dude. Completely realistic proportions? Yeah, dude. People shouldn't tell you how to draw based on that they don't like some sort of style. You can do it however you like. I've been influenced by a lot of different artists that I've seen online and other places. My art is a mesh of different things. It is not completely out of my brain at all. And there are parts to it that very much need to be improved. But the style itself is not bad. Just some aspects need to be changed. And I can't wait to see where this art journey takes me. Art style is a very interesting topic with a lot of opinionated parts to it. I dare say many people have discussed it and argued about it, and still do to this day, obviously, since I'm making this video. So, in conclusion, art styles themselves aren't inherently bad, but there are some parts of art that can always be criticized and improved. But what do I know much of? I'm just a kid on the internet with an opinion. So, I realized that there was more to this video that I wanted to add, but I wanted it to be special and different for some reason. So here I am sitting with sunglasses under my glasses and a piece of bathing wear on my mouth because faces are no good, and showing faces, not yet, not today. And it is cool and awesome to cover yourself up and be on camera, just like all of the cool YouTubers do it. And since I'm not a furry, kind of, you can experience this as well. Video and also some cool edity things. So anyway, back to what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to elaborate more on like copying the styles of cartoons, which a lot of people give the example of like copying Steven Universe's art style, especially if you're like a Tumblr slash SJW person. And in my honest opinion, if you want to copy a cartoon art style to do art, go ahead. But if you want to, only if you want to, make your art style more unique, more enjoyable, just generally maybe better, I don't know, I just opinions, I guess, then obviously mix different things and then add more like of what you want to the art. Like, you don't have to directly copy something, is what I'm trying to say. Like, mix and match until you get what you like. Unless what you want to do is directly a certain cartoon's art style, then like sure. It's just like people have seen that sort of thing before, and I'm not sure if more or less people would be interested. Some people will definitely be interested in seeing just that cartoon style, maybe. I'm not sure. God, it's very hot in this clutch. Oh well, okay. Anyway, you just experiment. Experiment if you want to, experiment. And if you want people to, like, I don't know, see you with like a unique art style, with like an experimental art style, with just, I don't know, something different, then you're definitely going to want to expand out of your comfort zone and try new things instead of just copying stuff. And okay, one more thing I wanted to talk about is tutorials. It'll just be like a small segment, nothing really too big. But what I wanted to say was tutorials, sure, go ahead. Use them if you want to. They're definitely a great way to learn things. And, you know, if you want to learn how to draw a hand, look up the tutorial how to draw a hand. I know that's probably like the most common basic example I can give, but yeah, if you want to learn how to draw like skinny bodies, look up how to draw skinny bodies, plus size bodies, other body types, all that stuff, totally fine. Go ahead, look up a tutorial. I have done that sort of thing before for sure. Art is just, you know, art is mostly something that is taught and learned. Ooh, this is getting a little out of hand. Art is mostly something that is taught and learned. That's why there's art school. That's why there are art classes. That's why, you know, there's various things to do with it. So, yeah, in my opinion, just do what you want, and, you know, if you're not comfortable with where your art is right now, then you're definitely going to want to change it and improve it, and just various stuff like that. So yeah, that's the end of that, for sure. Thanks a lot for watching this far if you got here. I know it's often annoying, but I'd like to remind you to do all the fun YouTube things and support this video if you thought it was enjoyable. You know, liking, commenting, subbing, the whole shebang. I appreciate every view tons, and with that, goodbye.